The self is a myth. And here's why that matters. Have you ever wondered, what would be left if everything you believe about yourself vanished? Not just your job title, not just your social roles, but the very feeling of being someone. Who are you without the story? We live in a culture obsessed with identity. Be authentic, be confident, be you. But no one ever explains who or what this you really is. That's because no one knows. Welcome to Mind Crack Theory. The idea of the self is like a mirage. The closer you try to get to it, the more it slips through your fingers. We build this idea of me out of memory, opinion, reaction, and repetition. But none of those are permanent. They flicker like shadows in a cave, and yet we treat them like stone. One bad memory, we become broken. One compliment, we feel worthy. One label, we carry it for decades. But what if all of it was just noise? Here's the strange part. When scientists look for the self in the brain, they find nothing. No control center, no fixed identity, no core. Just patterns, just habits, just electrical signals reacting to a world we barely understand. And yet, behind it all, there's awareness. Not the voice in your head, but the space it echoes in. Not your emotions, but the one who notices them. That, the observer, is the only constant. So why does this matter? Because mistaking the story for the self is the root of so much suffering. You identify with your anxiety, so you think you are anxious. You identify with your trauma, so you think you are damaged. You identify with your thoughts, so you assume they're true. But what if you could simply observe, without absorbing? That shift, from being the character to watching the character, is what frees you. This isn't about detachment. It's about clarity. When you realize you're not the storm, you can finally stop drowning in it. You don't disappear. You become more real than ever before. Not as a fixed identity, but as an open space, a witness, a presence. And in that presence, there's peace. You are not the role you play. You are not the mask you wear. You are the awareness that sees them both. This is not a belief. It's a shift in perception. Once it happens, you don't get more answers. You get less noise. And for the first time, you remember what silence feels like. If this sparked something in you, consider liking, sharing, or subscribing. Not for clout, but to help build a community of those who see through the veil. This is Mind Crack Theory. Thanks for thinking deeper.